How's everybody doing this morning? I myself am doing good. I wish that I could actually hear everybody say, I'm doing great. That would be awesome. So I this is about compulsions, and I've been getting rid of compulsions, dealing with those lately because I've realized that I've got a few of them. They're called compulsions. They're basically just things that you run to do when you start feeling anxiety and you want relief, things you lean on. And I talked about this before, and I've been giving up compulsions slowly but surely, having realizations in the past couple months, and I do realize that one of my compulsions, that's very plain to see, was eating. And I was eating when I was having really bad anxiety, but in the evenings when I sat down to have a meal and watch a movie, I kind of would calm down and not have anxiety anymore, and it was so relieving. And I continued to do that, have big meals, and then I read it was like, it gives you dopamine to be able to put on, to be able to sit down and eat a big meal. The brain gets the dopamine. And I realized that, and I was like, oh my God. And I've gained a lot of weight too, and I'm thinking, oh, this is really good. I've gained a lot of weight because when I first started having anxiety, I lost like 20 pounds, and I was really, really thin, to the point of where it made me really uncomfortable. I don't want to be, I didn't have a lot of weight to spare, let's put it that way. And I've always tried to be in shape, and I've always tried to take care of myself. And when that happened and hit me, it was like, I was buying cookies every day. I was buying sodas every day. I was having big meals. And I was thinking, oh, I'm gaining weight, so I'm this is really good. I'll just keep. Anyway, long story short, I've started fasting, and I've started fasting, and I've started exercising. So I'm not in that freeze mode of anxiety anymore. I'm actually starting to be able to do different things. It just takes a long, long time, a lot longer than you actually think. Gosh, excuse me. Anyway, so when someone has been dealing with anxiety for a long time, the obvious symptoms usually get attention first. Like panic, racing thoughts, physical sensations, fear, avoidance. So underneath all that, these compulsions, they often become the engine that keeps the cycle running. And maybe that's why I've been this way for 2 years. Been getting better since June of last year. So this June, it'll be a year, obviously. And I've been letting go of compulsions. And I've noticed something. I've noticed that more and more, the feeling doesn't matter to me. I'm like, oh, well, it's that feeling comes and it's just like, something's changing. It's another leveling up stage. But compulsions aren't just visible behaviors like checking, reassurance seeking, Googling symptoms. We all know that one. Avoiding places, repeating thoughts, scanning the body, or mentally reviewing things. They're attempts to get certainty or relief. Compulsions temporarily calm down. But we have to teach the brain that danger isn't real. Compulsions teach the brain that danger is real. I've had all these. I've Googled my symptoms. I've avoided going places. I've, reassurance seeking all day long. Scanning the body. I did that a lot last year. I did all those. So when we get to the point where we're willing to give up compulsions, which is where I'm at, where I've been for a couple months, it often means several things. And they're important things have happened. So we've stopped trying to feel safe first, which is really good. Early on, people think, once I feel calm, then I'll stop the compulsions. Later in recovery, you realize that you stop the compulsions first and the calmness follows. This shift is huge. We're usually tolerating uncertainty better, for sure. Compulsions are usually certainty seeking. Letting them go means the nervous system is learning. You don't need an answer right now. You can handle discomfort. You don't know, and that's okay not to know. So they're no longer, we're no longer measuring recovery by symptoms. That's a hard one. A later stage recovery mindset sounds like sensations can be here, thoughts can be here, urges can be here, and I'm still living my life. All these stages I've experienced, and it's usually the final grip on it is often subtle compulsions. Near the last leg, compulsions are sometimes sneaky. Checking to see if anxiety's gone, monitoring progress, asking, am I healed yet? Mentally reviewing if you responded correctly, testing triggers, trying to force acceptance perfectly. These are all the last, when you're healing, and these are the last, giving up those subtle compulsions. And the important truth is, those can keep the loop alive more than obvious panic symptoms. But those are, it's easy to let go of those when you've gone through all these other steps and you get here. It's easy to let go of these last little compulsions when you see them. The important truth also is giving up compulsions does not usually feel triumphant at first. It often feels like risky, unfinished, uncomfortable, exposed, and irresponsible. Right now, I'm giving up the eating compulsion. So, a lot of people mistake it for doing recovery wrong. And I notice that when I'm giving up my compulsions, my brain just starts to go crazy. It's like, no, am I, if I give, am I, am I doing it wrong? Your brain will fight back. Like the past 2 days when I started giving up the eating compulsion, my brain started, releasing adrenaline, and I was just like, oh my God. And then I started doing the whole thing, am I going backwards? Am I going backwards? I did that. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is my brain fighting back because it doesn't want me to give up these compulsions, these dopamine hits. Today I'm doing way better. And I started noticing even early this morning in bed that I'm just looking at it completely different. When the adrenaline hits or the cortisol hits, I'm just like, it's not the same anymore. I was watching someone's videos yesterday. I'm getting to the point where I like to watch the videos now just because it's interesting. And I used to watch them for reassurance. That was another compulsion. But when I learned everything I needed from the videos and I got all my reassurance and I got everything, I started looking at it very different. So healing, we know, is not always a straight final leg. People may drop compulsions, pick them back up, notice subtler ones, and keep refining. That's normal. We'll keep looking for, every time we feel that feeling, we start looking for that. Hold on. Sorry, I had to go look at something. So if I had to summarize, yes, giving up compulsions is often where anxiety loses its deepest fuel source. It may feel like the hardest part, but also the part closest to freedom. It's true because, your brain starts fighting back. It lasts for like 2 or 3 days, and you can really, really see it. I mean, I can really see it, and then it just backs off, and that they say that's when your brain finally makes those new neural pathways. It's the brain's last ditch effort to stop that from happening. And I know that's really odd, but that's how the brain works. So you'll feel uncomfortable for a couple days, and then you'll get back on track. I mean, that's what's been happening to me, and knowing that is very helpful. The last stage of healing is often giving up what once made you feel safe. So, people are being really loud. Huh. So, for urges in the moment, maybe you can say to yourself, I can feel this urge and not obey it. An urge is uncomfortable, not dangerous. You do not need to solve this right now. This feeling can be here while I continue living. I can choose discomfort over the old cycle. I've survived urges before, and I can survive this one too. I don't need certainty to move forward. Oh boy, I should just do these lives. I can't ever see where I'm at. Where's my... Here we are. Okay, everybody. Sorry. Everybody's going to be okay. I just want to jump on here and talk about compulsions. It feels like it is the last stage. Everybody can get there, and you guys will get there. Keep believing in yourself. It's right when right when you think, this isn't working, that you'll move to a different stage. I think that having that thought is very normal, because that's when you are actually getting there. And it's right at the last moment, when you're just starting to give up, that you see a change. It's probably because your brain is fighting you, and it's saying, no, keep doing what you were doing. Stay where you were staying, because your brain, it does that. It's like a last-ditch effort for the brain to keep you in your comfort zone before it just starts making new neural pathways. And don't give up, keep pushing through. You need to feel this. You want to feel this. Oh my cat. Kitty. You want to feel this. You need to feel this. And you will get there. Okay, everybody. Everything's going to be okay.